Hey everybody, my name's Alira De Palma and I am from Feel Great Naked, Skin, Body, Mind. It is coming up to 2016 and Christmas is in a few days, and I just wanted to share with everybody why I'm doing what I do and what sort of plans that I have for the future. So growing up, I did actually struggle at school. I went to special classes. I got kept down grade 3. I couldn't read, and I'm so impressed with myself now, what I've achieved. That experience did really affect my self-confidence. It affected how I felt about myself, and along with that, I was from another marriage, and slotting into the family, I wasn't allowed to talk about where I was from, and so I took on board a lot of stuff with that myself, and created this thing where again my self-worth was really low. So I've been dealing with that a lot of my life, and I've taken steps along the way. But my whole life I focused on what can I do to make myself feel better, because I was a sad child. There's times where I had fun, but behind closed doors I was sad. And I was sad through high school too. And I actually got to the point where I was silent for 2 years. Now, that's another story in itself, but I chose not to put forth my opinion. So that's where I was at with self-worth, and it's travelled on. So I spent my life trying to help myself feel better, and all through my high school, all through my life, it's always been, if someone's being picked on, I'm jumping in going, leave them alone. If it's Snotty Scott, Jeremy James, I'm sitting near him in class, yeah? So because I felt shit about myself, I was trying to help other people. So as I went on, I went into the beauty industry because I wanted to help people feel good about themselves. And the quickest way in which I could do that is if I could do their makeup or do their eyebrows, like that would work. But I was right into health too. So I was, even at 12 years old, I was exercising. And great mum, like giving me some, good education early. And yeah, so I went into the beauty industry to really try and help people feel good, and I wanted to go into it in a lot more depth, because as you keep going you realize, okay, there's more and more things, and people confide in you, and you come across depression, you come across poor diets, and so I went a lot deeper, and I always wanted to get results. So I wanted to get results for myself, and I wanted to get results for my clients. So I ended up certified. I've been certified in over 30 skincare ranges. I've worked in so many different environments. I wanted to teach beauty therapists, because I thought, okay, if I can teach them and empower them, and then they can go out and help everybody else. And so I went on this big journey of trying to work out, how I can help people feel really good, and how can I feel good, and obviously helping other people does that. So as I went along though, the last 3 years have been quite transformational for me. So I changed diet as I went along, and then I supplemented. I started to high quality supplements, not stuff that just flushes through your body. I've been doing that for years, and then go off it and do it again, go off it. And then I started to come across stuff that does work, and really started to change my life. I started to, with that, I had a few things happening, like I had anxiety things, I had bad gut, I was getting lumps and itchy lumps on my hands, stuff had to change. So this is why I made a move, and because I want to make myself feel good. And yeah, so I started supplementation for my gut, and I started reducing chemicals in my home. I started drinking filtered water. I started working a lot on my mind, and actually to the point I don't even watch TV. About a year and a half, the other day I watched a tiny little bit, but it was like for a year and a half I hadn't watched any until just the other day I watched a little bit. So that's how much, changing a lot of things around. Like, I don't even have, I'm reducing like hair color out of my hair. I don't know how long that'll last for, but anyway. So this is the extent that I'm going to. And I'm finding, because I'm doing this, not only have I emotionally the most stable that I've ever been in my whole entire life, and this is only within taking on these practices in the last 3 years, but also I am looking more attractive, and and I could be going through a lot of stress. Like, there's a lot of things that have happened which I would normally take on. It's not bothering me. I'm not taking on. I'm 80% less stressed than what I was before, and like my emotions, I just get emotional for being happy now. Absolutely phenomenal. So when I experience this, when I experience how much now I feel in tune with me, because I've looked after me, and then I've taken on these practices, I'm able to center myself more. I'm not thinking about the way I look here. I'm not being mind manipulated by sprays around the home. And I'm, nutritionally, my body's functioning, it's helping my brain. I'm sitting more inside me, and I feel extremely confident and amazing. And not everybody would want to be, would be comfortable with where I'm situated at the moment. But I've got to say, I have come to loving me, and I want to share that with everybody else, because I know that there's a lot of people out. I'm not the only one that would be scared of what I said, scared of, who hears that, or, hold your tongue and you don't say anything, and because you think that you're going to look silly and all this sort of stuff. So there is tools that help you become more centered within you. And if you feel that you need them, if you feel that you would like to start feeling, even if you just want to look after your health, then I definitely have a lot of tools which I'm sharing at my workshops. And I'm going to be having 2 new packages in the new year, which hopefully starts around April. I obviously have products. I'm not saying that mine are the best products. I can tell you I'm very fussy, and I research ingredients, and I like to make sure I get results. Or else I don't like to waste my time. So I've got all the different products for that specifically. And however, there are other brands there. But if you need any information and you want to email me on feelgreatnaked@gmail.com, or you may like to go onto my Facebook page, Feel Great Naked Skin Body Mind. Have a beautiful Christmas, lovely people.